Hey there, kids!
Why, hello there. So, today, you're gonna find out something really cool. So, of course we're playing League of Legends right now, right? So, instead of going to this, let's just go into practice mode. So we basically go here.
I am cold steel, fueled
So
by
today...
saints and angels.
Okay, Ash, can you shut up? Okay, so today, what we're going to do is recreate the Summoner's... Hello, the Summoner's Rift map, but we're going to recreate him in Minecraft. So, yeah, we're just going to recreate it into Minecraft. And yes, this is a resource pack I found. It's pretty good for this guy, I guess. I don't know why that was glowing there for a second, but whatever. And yeah, we're just going to recreate the Summoner's Rift map in Minecraft. Now, I know right now it looks like I have like 26 FPS or some shit, but I normally get 50 while recording, but that's because I'm running League of Legends and Minecraft at the same time. Let's set time to day, and there we go. It's daytime. So we're basically going to recreate the Summoner's Rift map in Minecraft. The first thing we gotta do is map out Summoner's Rift. So let's exit out of Minecraft. That way we get a little bit more FPS on, you know, League. And what I basically did is go through and just map out every single bit of the League of Legends map through screenshots, and the easiest way to take a screenshot in League is just press F12. So if you press F12, it takes a screenshot and it saves it to like your C drive, and then you go to Riot Games and you go to League of Legends, and then the screenshot folder should be there. And so what that does, it helps me get a good reference of how everything should actually look in the map. Obviously, I can always just go into the League of Legends game and map it off of that, but having the screenshots makes it so, one, I don't have to be running two games at the same time, and two, I can just look at the screenshots in case I just need one specific part of the map. I can just scroll through by pressing really fast and not have to walk my champion or move my camera to that spot in specific. And so it's just really useful in general. Another thing is I'm also going to import a 3D model of the League of Legends map. So basically, using a 3D model, I'm going to look at it and see how it looks. So I'm gonna do that right now, after I'm done taking all these screenshots and getting all this footage of the League of Legends map, because I'm already recording this, so I can also use the video footage to look through and see everything I need to see in the map. Also, for those who are curious, here you get a little stop motion of all the screenshots I took. It's actually quite interesting, so yeah, you can just look through this. It's pretty cool. And here, I imported the 3D model of the game. So here I'm just going to be using it in Blender, because I don't know, I just like using Blender. It's easy to control, and well, I imported the 3D model of the map. I'm mainly going to use this as like a reference side by side in case I miss anything. I'm also going to be using some of the screenshots, because in the case it's like this where it's like, what is that? It's all black. I might have to just use the video as reference. But in general, this is going to give me a really good idea of how to, you know, do stuff. Let me deselect that. And let me just move the camera like this. Then zoom in like right over here. And this like gives me a really good view of the whole map, that is. From like a top-down view, you can get a really good like consensus of how the map looks. So let me just... There, that's like the perfect view there. And you get the whole map. Now, obviously, it's missing the turrets and stuff, but we don't really need that right now. We can just look at the stuff and add that later. Apparently, this turret is not a separate object. So we actually get to see this turret. So that's pretty cool. Like, it's part of the map. That's actually information that's pretty interesting to have. Another thing is that the shopkeep stuff is also part of the map, apparently. Like, that's really interesting. Now, off of this, what we can do is start making the League of Legends map in Minecraft. Over here, I polished it a little bit and deleted some of the background stuff because they were getting kind of annoying. Some of the stuff I did leave though, so yeah. But yeah, this is an older version that's missing the alcoves that are here and here. But in general, it's mostly the same as the newest version. So, the one thing I will say is that after getting this and going into the camera view, like this, I converted it into an image. So, after converting it into an image, I got, well, I got this thing. Now, I bet you're saying, well, that doesn't look too bad. Well, it is kind of bad for making a height map, that is. This just looks like a photo that's in black and white, and it's kind of meh at most. So what I did is I went into Photoshop, I grabbed it and upped the saturation a bit, or rather I did some stuff with the, you know, filters and camera raw filter, and then I started painting in some of the parts with a brush. So I basically went in and painted all the little stuff here in the jungle, because a lot of it wasn't very well defined. Like if I add this, activate this, this is how it looked with just the camera raw filter, which wasn't too bad. And this is me painting in the parts where the paths are. That way the highest part are these, which are the walls, and the lowest part are these, which are the dark parts. That way when I convert it into a height map, I can just add it. Now I bet you're wondering, well, why exactly are you making a height map of the League of Legends map? Well, after we're done converting this, I have to go into World Painter. And let's minimize Photoshop. So the good thing about World Painter is that it has an option of File, Import, New World, and then it has the option of importing a height map, which is pretty cool. Like, you just get an image, or you make an image of the League of Legends map, and you make a height map. Now, I'm going to import it now, and this is the first time I'm importing it, so let's see how it looks. And there we go! That's not a bad height map. Now, obviously here I have to set this to 0, because otherwise it just kind of looks weird. But when it comes to doing it like this, that looks absolutely perfect. Well, yeah, it looks pretty good. Like here, everything's marked out pretty well. Obviously, I'm going to have to go through and flatten a little bit of this, because that's a bit too noisy there. I'm going to click here on File, and then I'm going to click here on Export, and export as a new Minecraft map. Okay, now I've imported the world, and this looks like an absolute disaster. To be honest, I don't know what I expected when I saw the heights on the chart there. But yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting this. These are really big valleys. Now, the good thing is that I didn't close World Painter, per se. But this gives me a general idea of how World Painter works. In all honesty, I've never really used World Painter that much, per se. So, I didn't really know how World Painter worked. But now that I see this, I'm like, yeah, that looks about right. It's a bit much. So here I basically started editing the image a little bit more in Photoshop because it just looked a bit too wrong in the height map that I made. And I just wanted to fix it a little bit, see if that helped, you know, the issue of it having way too much noise and looking way too wrong on the heights. And there, let's open. And that looks much better. Oh my god. That looks 50 times better. That really does look good. Obviously the mountains still have white on them and they're a bit too high. Like look, that's like freaking map height. So let me lower that real quick to like 50. Oh, that's not good. And as you can see there, I'm still very inexperienced with World Painter. But I'm gonna show you the result of it in game right now. Okay, there we go. We're in the world. That looks pretty workable. This looks really well. Alright, yeah, I can work with this. Now, obviously, this is a bit too low. Like, as you can see, this is supposed to be mid lane here. Certainly doesn't feel like mid lane. More like I'm walking down a mountain range, but in general, it looks pretty damn good. I reckon if I were to, you know, go through the actual file and, you know, work out the tiny little kinks and make it look good, I could make it work. But in general, when it comes to how this looks and how the size is, it's pretty well done. And I can actually refine this better. And I am trying my best here to, you know, make this look like the Summoner's Rift map, but it's going to be quite difficult. Though in general, what I can do is just go through, flatten some of this stuff, or like modify this a little bit to make it work with the actual Summoner's Rift map. Now, if one of you can actually get me a better height map, one that I, you know, don't have to make and is not an absolute mess, that'd be great. I'd love to work with that instead. But if for now I can't get a better height map than what I'm, you know, doing right now, or what I'm trying out right now, then I don't really know what to do. There's no real League of Legends height map that I can use. And you could just say, well, just make it by hand. Well, the problem is, making it by hand, you don't get the best accuracy possible, so I'm trying to make this as accurate as possible to the actual League of Legends map. And this is as accurate as one can get. But yeah. Well, anyways, that's all the progress I've been able to do on the League of Legends map. In all honesty, it took me a little while just to figure out how to use World Painter and how to import it and do everything correctly. Oh, and yes, I am on a super minion right now. It took me a little bit to just construct this little dude, but yeah. In all honesty, I'm just going to keep working on improving stuff and seeing what I can do. I don't have 100% of the time to, you know, dedicate myself to making videos, but in all honesty, I get to just work on this for a little bit as a hobby. Well, that's all. Bye-bye! Hope you guys have a nice day. Oh, and please, subscribe.